Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Underwood Podcast. I'm going to be your host for this episode. I'm Papa Underwood, also known as Chad. With me, as always, is my daughter Harper. Harper, why don't you go ahead and say hi, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Harper. I do gymnastics, and that's pretty much about me.
What grade are you going into?
I'm going into 5th grade.
Okay, great. Anderson?
Hi, I'm Anderson Underwood. I'm going to the 7th grade, and I love soccer, Star Wars, and that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, for our first episode, what we're going to talk about is kind of what Star Wars means to you, and then we'll get into what's your favorite Star Wars movies and why. So before we get started, this is our first episode, so be patient with us. We're hoping to do this on a regular basis to make some good content for all of our friends and family and whatnot. So let's get into what Star Wars means to you. Who wants to go first? Anderson, what does Star Wars mean to you, buddy?
I feel like Star Wars means to me it's a trilogy of hope, action, and reliance of others to save the day, and it is very just. I love how it has a bunch of action, and you're never really bored throughout the trilogy.
Well, that sounds good. We'll get into a little bit more detail as we go on. Harper, how about you? What does Star Wars mean to you?
It just means that it's just a really good series, and there's great detail on it, and it's just truly like a just happy but sad and action movie.
Yeah, all right.
That's what I think.
Okay, I like that. For me, since I'm a little bit older than you guys by a lot, I remember Star Wars as a kid watching the original episodes like Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, etc. And then you got into the prequel trilogy, and then the saga continues, and then once you get the TV shows like Mandalorian, Disney Plus, all that stuff, it kind of expands your world. But I like Star Wars because of the action, the different worlds that you get to see, characters that you actually care about and kind of can relate to in some way, both good guys and bad guys. So it's just kind of been a part of my life ever since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of my first impression of what Star Wars kind of means to me in general. But as we go on, we're going to probably talk about each movie maybe separately, but we'll just start with what's your favorite Star Wars movie now and why? So Harper, why don't you go ahead?
The movie I really like is The Force Awakens because Rey's in it, and she's fighting
Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren.
There you
yeah.
go.
And it's just a really action movie, and I really like the character Rey.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that movie too because you get to see Han Solo and Chewbacca again because they from the part where Return of the Jedi and like from that to the end of the original trilogy, you don't really see them a lot, and then as you get to that one movie, you see them as older characters. Not really Chewbacca because
He's 190 years old.
he's
He looks great.
he's really old. And then obviously Han Solo, since he's a human, he has just changed a lot. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else to add?
No.
I know. I like. I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit different route. As far as the non-saga movies, like the non-trilogy movies, I'm going to go ahead and pick Rogue One.
Yeah.
I watched it last night, and I like it because it's very filled with tension. Like throughout the entire movie, it's just from start to finish, just tension. And even though, what the outcome is going to be, because we also ultimately have to get the Battlestar plans to Princess Leia, so you know what the ending of the movie is going to be. You just kind of how are we going to get there?
Yeah.
How are we going to get from the start of the movie all the way to having the plans in Princess Leia's hands, as we know from the movies that would lead into the original trilogy. So the characters, I love the characters. A lot of different personalities with the Baze and Chirrut and Jin and Saw Gerrera, and used a whole bunch of cast of characters that you ultimately you're rooting for. they're relying on each other to complete the mission. I mean, if you get rid of one of those characters, the movie basically doesn't really exist in the way that it does. So I really enjoy that. The characters, like you're just really engaged in the movie from the start, from the moment one. You care about the characters. The action is nonstop. The tension is there, and ultimately it comes to a really fun kind of ending. Last sequence once they get onto Scarif.
Yeah.
And we get to see a lot of cool stuff from the movie making, like the all the different ads and characters and the different troopers, and then it's got everything.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the saga movies, I'm gonna probably say Empire Strikes Back is probably, I would have to pick as my number one. That's the one that I remember from as a kid growing up with, and I mean, it's just one of those movies, like, it kind of comes to a cliffhanger end. Like, you don't really know what's going to happen. All you know is there's going to be a Return of the Jedi. There's going to be a third movie. So it's not like just a one-stop movie.
Yeah.
And so I really like Empire Strikes Back, but pretty much all the movies are pretty good. I'm getting the prequel trilogy is starting to really grow on me. I wasn't a big fan of The Phantom Menace when it first came out.
Yeah.
But I've kind of grown to tolerate it, I guess. And then Attack of the Clones, people are kind of divided on that, whether or not they like it or not. I don't mind it. And then we finish off with Revenge of the Sith, and that's just a really cool movie too. What else do you guys have to add with from those comments?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on a lot of that. I would say, Phantom Menace, it was all right. It didn't really have much action. It was just kind of the buildup of how it all starts. Which is pretty cool, and how Qui-Gon finds the Chosen One, Anakin, that is very cool. You also get to see pod racing, that's always fun. And then, Darth Maul, one of my favorite characters as a villain.
He's pretty menacing when he shows up on the screen. You're like, what is this guy got going on?
Yeah, and it's just, when you go into the series, the Clone Wars, he starts to get revenge from Obi-Wan, who, cut him in half. But I'll go into my favorite movie and why. I would say Revenge of the Sith is my pretty much all-time favorite movie in general, but also Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Because it's such a good build-up to show how Darth Vader was born, and how evil the Emperor is and how he turns against. And also, you get to see Anakin as his just full power before
before he turns into Vader.
Yeah, very unfortunate, but
yeah,
it's part of the trilogy. And then you get to, I know when you see the Obi-Wan series, you see how he protects Luke when he goes to Tatooine and he lives there.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, and we get Princess Leia as a baby or as a kid.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That's fun. But Harper, what else do you have to add?
Oh, I was just gonna say I like the movie. I like the movie with the one of those little. It's the one at the end. They're like mini Chewbacca's.
Ewoks.
Yeah, Ewoks.
Yeah.
I like that movie because they're so
That's
cute.
that'll be Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that one I really like because you get to see like the end of it and like the little Ewoks. So
yeah, the Ewoks are cool.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, definitely. But all right, so I think that's going to wrap it up for our first episode. Like I said, be patient with us. We're going to have a lot of fun. You can like and subscribe to our channel, the Underwood Podcast on YouTube. And like I said, we'll try to put out some more content regularly when we can get together and we're not all traveling around and stuff like that for the summer. But I think we're off to a good start. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to this podcast? What are some things that you want to talk about for podcasts?
It would be fun to talk about school and our outside life and soccer, the sport I do.
Yeah.
I want to talk about gymnastics and I love animals, so I'd want to talk about animals.
And we got the Olympics coming up next month.
Oh, yeah.
And now we can talk about the Olympics.
Also, the Euros are happening right now.
Yeah.
That'll be fun to get into.
Yep.
But yeah.
So we'll
Okay.
no topic is really off limits. We'll talk about whatever we feel like at the time, whether it's 5 seconds beforehand that we figure it out, or if we have like a laundry list of things like that. I want to do a podcast about this or that.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it. So we'll just kind of be flexible, be patient with us as we kind of go through our growing pains. But I think we're off to a good start. It's going to be a lot of fun. And thanks to y'all for watching. Have a good day.
All right.
And if there's any comments of podcasts you want us to do, we will try to get to them.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Sounds good.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
All right. Thank you.